Hey there, this is Wade. In this fundamentals video, I want to talk about the main types of loans that you can get to purchase real estate. So let's get into that and let's start talking about it. All right, thanks again for finding me. My name is Wade Garrett, and my channel here on YouTube, I like to talk about real estate investing, self-storage, and creating passive income to retire sooner rather than later. And so in this video, I really want to touch base about what the main three types of loans are that I can think of that you usually would get when investing in real estate, okay? And so before I jump into that content though, I just want to say thank you so much again for finding me on YouTube and watching this video. And it really helps me if you consider subscribing, if this kind of content is something that you resonate with, and if you are interested in real estate investing, for example, or just building up passive income to help you retire sooner. If this kind of content is interesting, subscribe and hit that notification button. And if you feel like it, leave a comment. Let me know, is this kind of fundamental video where we're talking about more of the fundamentals of real estate? If this is something that is valuable for you, please comment and let me know. Let me know that it was. And if it wasn't, please let me know that too, because then that will help me gauge my audience and continue to develop the content that I'm putting out here on my channel. So thanks a lot for doing that. I really appreciate it. And let's jump into some of this content now. Okay, so the three loans that I really want to talk about, which you're going to see most often, I feel like, is going to be your fixed rate 15 to 30 year term loans, your adjustable rate mortgages or your ARMs, and then lastly is going to be your interest only kinds of loans, which you don't even see that often, but I was just going to talk about it really quickly. So the main two that you're going to come across is going to be your fixed rate or your ARM, okay? So let's talk about fixed rate first. So just as the name implies, for this, you're going to be pegged to a specific interest rate, and that interest rate is going to stay constant throughout the entire term of the loan. And so those terms, usually it's either 15 years or it's 30 years, okay? So 15 or 30. And so basically throughout the entire life of that loan, you're going to be paying the exact same payment for 30 years or for 15 years. So it doesn't change and it stays constant unless, let's say, property taxes increase, because part of your monthly payment you're going to be paying a portion of paying into an escrow account if your mortgage company will distribute your property taxes, for example. So but basically the thing to remember is it's a fixed rate for a specified amount of time, so it's not going to change. The amount that you're going to be paying is not changing, and it's pegged to an interest rate. Okay, the second kind is an adjustable rate mortgage. And so same thing, just as the name implies, this is going to be adjusting to a certain interest rate. So what some banks call this initial rate is a teaser rate. So let's say that you have a 5-in-1 ARM. That's how they say it, 5-in-1, or they have different kinds of, they have different kinds of structures. And usually these also last 30 years, especially for residential properties, but that term can change. But the 5-in-1 basically means there's an introductory teaser rate, and that rate is going to be a lower interest rate, usually, that is going to be paid for, let's say, if it's a 5-in-1, so it's paid for 5 years, and then after that 5 years, it's going to reset. And the 1 after the 5 basically means every year afterwards is going to reset. And what it basically is pegged to, or it's indexed to, is like a standard rate plus what's required by the bank. So for example, they have like LIBOR rates, and I'll in the video I'll write down what that stands for. It's like London Interbank. I'll put it down in the video, but basically there's like a standard rate, and then the bank usually adds a few points or a percentage to that amount to come to what their interest rate is that they're going to charge you for that ARM. Okay, so basically the ARM has a set amount of time where it doesn't change, and then afterwards, like a 5 and 1, then it will basically, the interest rate will change every year. So something that a lot of people don't consider for ARMs is that basically every time that is resetting, it is going to be recasting the loan. So I've got another video about recasting. I'll link it here, and I'll link it here to the video so that you can jump to it and you can learn about recasting. But the basic idea is that when it recasts, your mortgage amount, your monthly amount that you have to pay, changes. So it could be for the good or for the bad. So let's say that interest rates dive and you have an ARM. So when it adjusts, your interest rate is going to be dropping on the loan. And so that means that you basically could be paying less on your mortgage, on your monthly mortgage. Like in the current environment though, interest rates are so low, it makes a fixed rate mortgage, like a 15-year or 30-year mortgage, super attractive. Because again, you know, you're going to be paying that same amount, and it's a super low interest rate, and you're paying that the entire term. So it's something that you can easily figure out. So those are the main 2 types. And then finally you have like an interest only kind of loan where you're paying only the interest. And usually you find this if you get like a home equity line of credit. And usually with a home equity line of credit, you are only paying interest on it. So basically the only way that you can pay it down is you have to pay additional, which you're paying that additional amount towards the principal of that interest only loan. So those are the basic 3 types. I'm going to dig into it a little bit more in another video, but I just wanted to cover those, and I hope that this was helpful and you enjoyed the content. Again, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much. And until the next one, take care, and I'll see you then.